like every other physician in the state of Indiana, intervene when I have a woman in front of me who's facing an emergency. I don't send her out to her car. I don't send her home and tell her to come back when she's more sick. I intervene immediately. Unfortunately, we are hearing circumstances of that, but again, I think it's important to understand whose fault that is. That's not the fault of the state law. Every state law provides clear exceptions for physicians to have actually wide latitude to intervene in an emergency if they are withholding treatment and they're not intervening. It is coming from a lack of understanding, which means that all of us on both sides of this issue should join together and call for better education of the public and better education of physicians.
So when there are politicians who refuse to acknowledge the fact that they want abortions up to the moment of birth, they won't be honest with the public, holding hearings that say now that women's health care is criminalized, maybe, just maybe, that type of rhetoric is seeping through into the consciousness of doctors, producing really a very regrettable situation like Ms. Joshua experienced, correct? I mean, I have no other explanation for that. If the laws don't prohibit it, again, I can't explain why doctors would not treat because they're perfectly legally able to do so, correct?
I would agree with you, Senator. I think Ms. Joshua's story and the story that we heard from of Mrs. Miller last week are direct evidence of how these lies and misinformation that are being told about what state laws actually accomplish have direct harm on our patients.
I would say the title of this hearing is more dangerous and threatens more lives than the laws that I think you've ably described as allowing the kind of health care that saves mothers' lives. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.